What's jammin'? It's Jason, and today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. We're going to talk about my thoughts and feelings and, what we've seen. We only watched, a 2-minute trailer of a 3D render of the Switch 2 doing things, moving around and everything. Okay, but now it's official. All of the leaks were basically real. Honestly, most of them were basically real. And a lot of people were like, yeah, for sure, this is totally going to be it and everything. And everyone was hands down. And it's kind of shitty because when the Switch was originally releasing, the first one, there was a lot of speculation. And there was a lot of patents that were coming out and people were kind of interested in trying to figure out what this is going to be. But there was no real big leak showing exactly what it looks like. Even the dock and the logo. Just even the name. And then when that trailer dropped, it was nothing else. It was nothing else. Now, stating the Switch 2's trailer was pretty decent for just a showcase of what the console looks like and kind of what it does. And what it does, we'll go through and kind of talk about a little bit. I'm just kind of giving my thoughts on this release, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of the name. The name is I get it, it works. It tells people, the audience, that this is the second Switch. Like the PlayStation, 1, 2, 3. This is the second Switch, so Switch 2. I just wish they were a little bit more creative. Because on the logo itself, it says 2 Nintendo Switch, even though you were supposed to call it the Nintendo Switch 2. The 2's above Nintendo and Switch. And I get it, as a graphic designer, that makes sense. But as somebody that may not know what a Switch is, and they look and they see 2 Nintendo Switch, it's just weird. And they could have done a lot more. Nintendo has a huge history. They have a huge history of, not the greatest names. Wii U is not a good name. It makes sense. It kind of makes sense, Wii U. But it didn't give them what they're looking for. I think that was their biggest concern, is that they didn't want to confuse the brand market. Now, I really personally and I think they should have went back to this. I liked when the Nintendo Entertainment System came out, and then when they were releasing the second one, they called it the Super Nintendo Entertainment System to showcase that this is the super version. This is a new console. And I kind of wish they did the Super Nintendo Switch, because I feel that's on Nintendo's brand. They have a history. People know Super Nintendo, especially older people who are not into playing video games or anything. They know what a Super Nintendo is because they grew up with that. So calling it a Super Nintendo, I think that would have been really good for brand wise. But that's just me. That's a personal thought. I don't think there's really much fact behind that. But I do want to bring that up. Alright. Jess and I watching the trailer together, super stoked, super excited, and we were talking about our relationship. So before we even started dating, the Nintendo Switch was just released. Me and her were really good friends, and we both pre-ordered the console with Breath of the Wild, and we had a really amazing bonding time with that console. And it's been a long time. This will be the first Nintendo console to be released that Justin and I are now married. We've been married for 6 years, so it's kind of really cool, and a personal front. That's really cool that a new digital console is finally coming out, and Just and I look at a relationship where it really kind of, you know, blasted off with the Nintendo Switch, and now we're really excited about the Switch 2. Alright, let's talk about the console a little bit. Now, it's bigger. It's definitely bigger, which is fantastic. The Joy-Cons are bigger, which I'm really excited about. I think the Joy-Cons were just a tiny bit small. I don't mind small controllers. The smaller size, you know, size doesn't really matter to me. Just the feel is what's important. I do personally like to play my Nintendo Switch handheld more than I like to play it on the TV, and I think this is going to be great. Now, my only hope, which I know, I 100%, I fucking know you, Nintendo. I fucking know you. Oh. Well, that camera shifted. Don't do that. I think it's just been like shifting this whole time. That's gonna look great for the video. I fucking know you, Nintendo. I fucking know who you are. And you are not going to be putting an OLED screen in the Nintendo Switch 2. You're not going to do it. You did it for the Nintendo Switch OLED version, of course. And I think you did that as an experiment. You want to see how this would work. You want to see what consumers were thinking. And so I honestly think Nintendo is not putting an OLED screen in the Nintendo Switch 2, even though I would really like that. But I think they're not going to keep the price down. I think that's going to be their big game. I think their big game is that they're going to be very competitive for the price in the market. I don't think it's going to go way crazy than everyone think it is. People were speculating for the first Switch that the price was going to be crazy. It was going to be this like super expensive console. And it wasn't. Like, it was, of course, consoles are expensive. That's what they are. They're hardware. But it wasn't like devastating. Not like, you know, PS5 Pro. Whoa! Shots fired. Pew, 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 pew. Let's talk about the Joy-Cons a little bit more. Really cool in the trailer. They showed them like sliding around like mice. It was kind of like interesting. And I think that's the idea, is that they have that new sensor in them, which is going to be like some sort of like mouse sensor. And I wonder if they're planning something to do with PC gaming related. And I'm very curious what that is. Unless it's just a gimmick. Nintendo loves their gimmicks, and so maybe this is just going to be a new gimmick that they can mess around with and try different ideas with the Joy-Cons. Like the IRs, the AR? Whatever. That sensor, I think it's IR sensor. That sensor that can detect shapes and hands, and it's like almost kind of like a little camera. And they played around with this with like Nintendo Labo and stuff. So maybe it's just to play with. But at the same time, a lot of people speculated online being like, well, this might be really cool for like first-person shooters. And I don't know about using the Joy-Con as a mouse, even though it's bigger. Like, it's like a flat bar. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's gonna kill your hand. Like, I feel like that's gonna fuck up my wrist, and just like it's gonna hit all the wrong places when using it. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I really do like the color. I'm the person, when I bought the Switch originally, I bought the gray one. I really like the gray one. Just bought the red and blue side of Joy-Cons. So I think this is a nice mix. I do hope that they do still go with color. I really love what Xbox has been doing with their Xbox controllers and just releasing such vibrant amount of different colors. So other things to mention about the Nintendo Switch 2 is its backwards compatibility. Ugh. I know Nintendo made a tweet or an Xing, I don't know, about it, and yes, that is fantastic. That is backwards compatible. Jess and I have collected a lot of Switch games. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm just like, woo, there they are. We've collected a lot of Switch games in our time, and to know that it's gonna be backwards compatible, it's just, the cherry on top. Like, it's like, oh, here's a new console, more powerful, and you can play your lineup of Nintendo Switch games that maybe you haven't tried out yet. You can play them on this, and I'm kind of hoping it gives them a performance boost. I know there's a lot more than just like plug it in, better hardware, performance boost, but I would love for, you know, them to run a bit better, like Tears of the Kingdom being like closer to 60 frames per second. By the way, the kickstand, it looks a little bit flimsy, but compared to the first Switch release, not the OLED, but the first one, that kickstand is a flimsy piece of shit. So I think this is going to be better, and I'm hoping once you bend it enough and you flatten it way down, that it will flick up like a frog. Like, when I saw it like in the trailer go, whoo, and it went up, I'm like, it better fucking do that. I wanted to like push it down and it jumps up and I can catch it in the air, right? Oh, maybe you take the two Joy-Cons and go, whoosh, and you connect them as it jumps up in the air. I'm gonna be a fucking pro gamer, that's for sure. I love the inclusion of the USB-C port on the top of the Nintendo Switch 2. That's fantastic. I'm hoping that's just, you know, maybe just for charging. I think that's the idea, is that you can charge it on the top and on the bottom, because as somebody likes to play Nintendo Switch handheld, and sometimes I'll put it on a table and I need to charge it, I can't. And that's such a difficult... I just realized I spilled a little bit of coffee on my t-shirt. Uh-oh. But that's gonna look good on camera. I got a little coffee spill. Let's zoom in on that. Look what that cobweb spill. USB-C on the top. I just want it. Nice charging port. Plug my charger in. And maybe they can make some sort of accessory to go on top of it. I don't know. Maybe there's more than just a charging port, which would be, you know, be great. I'd be happy with that, but, you know, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. You know, I think it's super interesting in the trailer that the small button, the new button on the Joy-Con, they didn't show that it's a C button, even though we know it's a C button. Through all the leaks, all the information, we know it's a C button, but for whatever reason, they decided to just not show it. And I'm like, I don't know why keeping it a secret, which a lot of people are speculating it could be a chat button, which would be great. It could be something to do with like some sort of Miiverse style of implementation, or it could just be like online video chat, which again, Nintendo has a history of really terrible ideas when it comes to like voice chat in games. So hopefully this C button can fix it. I just don't know why they didn't show it. Like, you don't need to tell us what it does, but I don't know why I just left the C button blank. It's just weird. You know, we'll wait for Nintendo, figure out what that button really does, and I'm curious. I don't know. It's a C button. Mario Kart, though. Mario Kart. Oh my god, I love Mario Kart. And it was shown off today. Well, I guess when it dropped, not today. But Mario Kart, oh my god. It looks amazing. It looks so good. I'm looking at it right now. I have the trailer playing in slow-mo right here, so I can like kind of get ideas to talk about it. It just looks so good. I love the chibi design. I really like this really rounded look that all the characters seem to have, and I really love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it's one of my favorite Mario Kart games ever, and I'm really hoping that they innovate even more and bring in such a rounded game. They have such a higher polygon count that you can see like the steering wheel is so smooth and the tires are smooth. Again, they just have that round cuteness to it. Definitely they are changing the characters, and I'm not, like, design-wise, a slight bit, which I'm not mad at. Like, Bowser, he just... Let me explain. So Bowser and Peach in this trailer for Mario Kart, they really look more like the Nintendo 64 versions. They look more like the Nintendo 64 rendered versions of themselves than they do look like what they have been for a really long time. I think Mario and Luigi look more rounded and they look more like Super Mario Wonder. And I am so down for this art style for Super Mario Bros. And I hope it continues. Now, a big thing to talk about is my boy DK. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. They changed him up. He looks more like the movie from the Super Mario Bros. Movie that they did recently. He looks in that design, especially what he's been looking like for a long time. And I'm still like in the air if I like it or if I don't like it. And I think I like it. I think I'm on more of the fence that I like it. I don't like it because previous games, like, it just doesn't make sense. But at the same time, I'm okay with change. And I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with going back to an older design of Donkey Kong. I really excited about the Switch 2. Again, Mario Kart, it's like, I don't know the name of it. Mario Kart 9, Mario Kart Worldwide, I don't know. Mario Kart, the new one, looks just so good. Even from the glimpse that we got, I'm like, this has to be a launch title. Like, this is going to be the game I play. Game of the year. Hands down. That's all I'm going to be doing on my new Nintendo Switch 2. So excited. I'm so excited. Like, I'm trying to think about what I can say about Mario Kart. Like, it really is a next level. And, speculation is that maybe this new Mario Kart's going to be... Jess and I were kind of talking about this, and maybe what they're going to do with the new Mario Kart is going to make it more, like, have more of an open world. So they're going to be, like, more exploring, and possibly you could explore this huge, like, enormous map, and maybe with your kart, you can create your own racetrack by following certain routes. We both have this idea, and we're like, I wonder if that's possible, that you could choose different ways to go to create your own course. But that's all speculation. It may just be, Mario Kart, where the course is set for you, and you just, you drive around, you pick the course, you drive around. But I'm hoping that Nintendo does something new and, changes Mario Kart. They changed DK. They're okay with changing things. And I'm really happy that they're not stuck in their ways, and they're okay with change. They're okay with things evolving, and I'm so down and so happy with that. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching me ramble about Nintendo Switch 2 and, of course, the Mario Kart game that they showed. Just let me know. What is the thing that you are the most excited about Nintendo Switch 2? Like, what is the exciting thing? What draws you in? If there's nothing, you think, the console doesn't interest me. It just looks like the Switch. I don't really care about new hardware or power. I got my Xbox, I got my PC or whatever. Tell me. I want to hear about your thoughts. I want to hear it down below. I'm just really excited about it. I got the Xbox Series X, I got my PC, and I really want another strong handheld, which again, it's speculated that the Switch 2 is going to be the power of a PS4 Pro, which I'm more than happy with, and I love playing my Mario games. Alright, thank you guys so much for, again, watching me ramble. I continue. I don't ever stop. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.